It's the morning on the 36th of Springwain, somewhere in Ravensland. The valley is ringed by jagged mountains, their black teeth closing out the world beyond. The sun is making its paces across the morning sky, but light won't hit the valley for a few hours. Below the peaks spreads the dead orchards, each tended with reverence and order, now a wild tangle. Branches slump, dry and rotting. Brambles knot into choking nests. Saplings try to sprout in impossible places, fed by soil too rich with memory. But there's not enough sun to keep them alive. Few things stay alive long in the vale. A massive figure steps through the decay with impossible gentleness. Taller than any of the dead trees. Hands the size of a warhorse. His stride shakes loose dust from broken temple stones, but his hands move with care as he lifts a skeleton dangling on a fallen vine. He brushes dirt from the skull, sets the corpse upright, and leans it against the trunk of a dead pear tree. Like someone resetting a fallen toy in a nursery that nobody visits anymore. All around him, the dead stand and sit in little scenes arranged with a childlike patience across the ruined orchard, resting beneath collapsed arbors, seated on crumbling stones, posed as if waiting for a harvest that will never come again. They are spending their death replaying moments from when they walked the land. They remember being alive and cannot understand that they're not. The giant takes a weed flower from the ground, dry and brown, and cradles it for a moment. Then he places it gently in the skeleton's palm. Above him, the peaks do not move, and below, nothing grows anymore. He lives and he protects. He thinks his time is now lost in legends, but his role in what is to come is yet written. For now, he keeps tending this forgotten place because no one else remembers to.
Хотим breathtaking, a band of heroes bold, stand the hunter versus fair, with tales of glory told, all circle with his mighty blade, rust light of demonic hue, and silver half of merchant king, their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Raven's land they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams. With courage as their banner and hearts forever true, they seek the light within the night, their quest for me and you. Stern the hunter tracks the beast with arrows swift and sure. Vasila sings of battles past, her voice a magic cure.
As the sun's rising and starting to light up what was at some point a city, just by the size of these ruins, probably a place of trade, long before the mist fell, now completely reclaimed by nature. Imagine maybe Sten is packing up the tent. Cloudy, a light dew-like drizzle. A little cooler than the previous couple days. And I think I want to cut to Vasila. And Vasila, I'm imagining you standing at the back of this ruined church and staring at these 4 statues?
Um, and they're clean, right? They're like kempt.
So
I think there
they're
were vines on them.
yeah, they're surprisingly hardy. So they don't show the same weathering that we saw with other things that are happening here, but they're not being tended to, right? So someone's not clearing it out and stopping nature from claiming them. And they're very clearly, and did we talk about what the statues are of?
The 4 statues, yes. And I
Yeah.
did not get my notes out before the game, but yes, you did tell us because I
Yeah, so you've got
saw.
from left to right, you've got Flo, you've got Whale, then there's the back of the alcove, and then on the right hand side of the alcove, you have Clay, and then the Night Walker. And the Night Walker does not look nice. The other ones look like they are potentially benevolent gods. The Night Walker obviously is far more demonic looking. And they all have a similar expression on their face. They all have kind of like, it looks like they're all saying "oh." They all have like an O shape to their mouth.
I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to free the vines and like maybe not shine them, but just give them a little bit of spring cleaning. And I'll sing a praise him if I know one to, like, if it's like an ode to old gods or some kind of like little little prayer song, a
Yeah,
psalm.
and depending obviously on your beliefs, and some of these gods have multiple names. These are the gods that formed the lands, right? There was nothing before them. They were here first, and then through them we have what we have now. And the vines aren't trying to hold on. They were coming off surprisingly easy. So cleaning them up is easy. Can I get a quick insight roll from you?
Yeah, of course. Main insight. Do I get the acorn?
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a lot of dice.
Still 1.
There's no more information with more successes. You have to climb up a little bit. They're a little bit larger than man-sized, so they're a little bit larger than real life. They're about 7 foot tall, and you're climbing up on Flo and pulling some moss off of her hair, and you get a good look inside her open mouth. And it looks like it might make a sound, like an instrument.
I will sing into the, like, how could I resist that? I 100% like start making like sounds like I'm in a empty stairwell. You know what I mean? I'm like, woo.
And you're playing around with it, nothing's really happening. Then at some point you kind of let out a big exhale,
Yeah.
and you hear a tone coming from the statue. And you try different breaths, you try different ways, and it's always the same tone. Like it's a one-toned instrument.
I'm gonna go to Whale and see if I can do the same thing to Whale.
So you climb up Whale and you blow into Whale's mouth, and you hear a tone as well, and it's 2 steps higher.
And Clay.
Yeah, let's try again. Try again. Nothing. And if you look in there, Vasilla looks the same as you look in the back. You see the small little clever slot they put at the back of this mouth that's allowing these tones to occur, and you're getting a sense of the distance and the depth of the head is determining probably what the tonal step is, right?
Mhm.
But Clay doesn't seem to make any noise.
Guess I go to the Nightwalker, and I'm not gonna just breathe into Nightwalker because he's creepy. I'm gonna like check it out first and like see if there's the same contraption.
There is.
I'll try it.
Let's cut to Silva, Sten, and Osric. What are you guys doing?
I guess so. We just rested essentially. at that
Everybody's
point,
rested.
or-
Yep.
Okay.
No, it was an uneventful evening.
Yeah, I think Silva probably took some time to make sure everything was still secure, like make sure Thundercloud's good, and then start collecting her gear and getting ready, and kind of has a thought, and I think she would be headed towards the chapel.
Yeah, and if this is happening in and around the time that Vasilla is experimenting, these tones just resonate. They fill the chapel, and they almost cause you feel like your body's vibrating a little bit with each one of them. Not in a threatening way, but definitely like a what was that?
So when Sten hears that first note that Vasil is able to make these things generate, he's finishing folding up the tent and whatever. He kind of looks over, sees what she's doing, and that it's apparently a thing, and then kind of puts that down and just like goes out to like the entrance of the chapel and just looks out the windows to see if this is attracting any attention from outside.
Let's do a insight scouting roll, please.
You're making me roll dice already.
That's right.
Let me see.
All
Do
the
I
dice.
have? No, come on.
While Sten looks, what is Osric doing?
I think as he hears this sort of thing, I think he is bracing himself and going in to check on things and make sure that things are okay, and then taking stock of the overall situation in the room, and kind of giving the whole place another once over.
Yeah, and I may have not described it real clear. This is definitely not a room. This was a room.
Right,
But
sure.
There's you see like wherever there was wood, that wood is long gone. So you can see where timbers would have been that would have formed a roof here. Most of the walls, at least half of them, have crumbled at this point and been taken apart. Sten, you look out and your visibility is a little limited because there's still enough ruins here that you have to do a little bit of maneuvering if you want to see a horizon. But as best as you can tell with that success, you seem to be alone here.
Good.
Vasilla,
Mhm.
we blow into the Nightwalker's mouth, and you hear four steps up.
I'll go back to Clay and try Clay.
Good morning, Vasilla. I see you have a early start at making some friends.
In my mind, Vasilla's like a monkey on top of one of these, like making out with it.
I'll sing the pitch that's the next in the sequence. So if it's 0, 2, 4, I'll sing the 6th up.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I think you have to go back and kind of get way. You have to go through the series, right, to kind of like almost tune yourself.
Yep.
But yeah, you sing the missing note, and you hear stone settle in the area between the four statues. There was two on your left and two on the right, and you can hear a and just rock against rock, stone against stone. And what the space in between is just covered in vines.
Stan's not gonna be happy, but I found it.
Very clever, Vasilla.
Why wouldn't I be
take-
happy? This is what we're trying to do.
I take a bow. Well, because you're you, and your base state is unhappiness.
I'm always happy.
Uh-huh. Is the tent packed?
Well, now that you're finished singing at statues, I'll get it. Finish it up.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I'm gonna go check out the vines. Behind the vines where the sound clamped.
And this takes a little bit of time, and maybe even Silva wouldn't need to help you because it's pretty thick. But once you get there, you find a Vasilla-sized door, essentially where part of this cliff has broken away, and you can just see, and you can tell because you can look down and see the dust and the pebbles that broke, that you hear it break. I think it's fair to say that you would have not seen these creases otherwise, but you can see them now. And I want you to just imagine a cliff face, kind of a shale rock, and almost a perfect triangle like a dwarf had made it, a little bit taller than you.
And is it all like still full of vines, like chalked before it, or was it just on the front of the hole?
One more time.
Like, was the vine wall like on front of the door, or is it like through the door and behind it?
No, it was covering the door. Yeah. But you get the sense that if you'd cleared those vines before, you would have not seen this.
There would have been a wall. Yep. I'm gonna go through the door. Is the passage behind
So
large enough?
there's a stone door,
Oh,
right? So
okay.
it's blocked the patio, but you can
Oh.
see the
See
shape.
that there's a door, but
I'm gonna go
not a
sing it.
doorway.
I'm gonna go sing into clay. Like I'm gonna go use Clay's mouth. No.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Hey Silva, Osric,
Yes?
can you push this door?
Give it a shot.
Sure, why not? Right?
I forget that Silva's like the strongest person in the party.
Roughly on par with Osric.
Yeah. So, Silva, you get to this thing and you give it an initial push, and it's nothing. It's like pushing against a cliff face, right? Then it's a matter of, all right, what if I put my foot here and kind of dig in a little bit here, and you give it a little bit of a thing, and you can feel it give, like a door that hasn't been opened in a while, right? Like the wood has swollen if it was made of wood, and it's been closed for a very long time. And Osric, by the time you get there, it doesn't take much more effort from you for this thing to swing inwards into absolute darkness.
Do you have a lantern in that pack still?
Yeah, I can go fetch the lantern. I will do so and light her up.
Okay. Give me a quick. We've been using torch rolls for that, right?
I think lantern, you just use the oil.
Okay, great.
I'll give you a full quarter day.
So you light the lantern, and you Silva have to get down on one knee, really to do that. And you put the lantern through the door, and it lights up a long passageway. And unlike the Stone Loom mines, this has not been hewed and cleaned with polished stone and that incredible craftsmanship that came with the trauma in the Stone Loom mines. This is a lot more crude, and the height of it belies the door. It's probably 7 foot ceiling on it.
Well, that's good.
And it just goes into darkness. And I was imagine your lantern might cover about 14, 15 feet. And you
Probably.
just see this thing extending
Hmm.
into the cliff. And to, to remind everybody, you are at the foot of the Eye of the Rose. If you look up, you can't see anything of the ruined eye, but it is right above you. If someone was standing at the edge of the cliff and looking down, they'd have a hard time seeing you, but they would be looking directly at you. So this is going into the cliff face itself.
Roughly how high is that, the cliff, just out of curiosity?
It's like 80
Okay.
feet. Yeah, it's like it's a good 8 stories, 9 stories. It's tall. Not a mountain, but it's more of a, I don't know what you call that. Very similar to what you saw in the Hollows, but larger. You didn't see it in the Hollows. Well, you've been to the Hollows, maybe. Anyway, go ahead, Vasil. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Well, if we are gathered, then
If I might have a moment before we descend into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And Silva's going to step back to the statues. She wants to step to the statue of Clay, and she pulls out her staff, Clay's guardian, and just kind of takes a knee and offers a quick prayer.
Excellent.
It's happenstance that I've come upon this artifact in your name. May you provide us guidance. And just a moment of silence, and then she stands back up and rejoins the group.
And I also want to do a little bit of logistics here because obviously the wagon and Thundercloud are not going to be able to come with us. So I'd like us to take a quick look at our inventory and decide what are we taking in with us.
Taking off my shoe covers.
Your outside shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Taking your
Can't
slippers
wear
off.
those. Ew, inside, no.
I'm taking my normal stuff because the only reason I'm not falling over under my weight is because of your handy packing tricks.
So you've got and remind me where are my gems? So who's got what? Because we've got Nectar is going to have the scepter is going to have an impact this morning on whoever's carrying it.
I have a wits damage still marked. Do we not sleep?
You've slept, so
Okay.
yep.
I have the Bloodstar Cloak clasp.
Okay, and you're bringing it with you.
Yes, and I'm bringing it with me.
Okay.
And I can carry the scepter if you'd like for a chunk, for a quarter a day, right? Because that's the one that always drains us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can do that if you want. Because that
ended
drains.
up in the card. Okay.
Remind me what it drains.
It is.
It's wits damage, is it not?
It's wits and agility.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's real
if you
mean.
If you click on it, it should show it to you.
Yeah. Back. Wits and agility, 1 damage.
Since I'm with the acorn, the gateway to knowing stuff, I'm not sure that we want me to take wits damage. Like I think I might need my wits about me, to interface with acorn. I mean, I can do it if we think that's best, but I think this might be a time when I might need those.
I can
I'll take it
I
if
can
you
hold.
like.
Sorry, I can hold on. I can hold on to it.
Okay.
All right.
So you'll take.
I've got wits and agility to spare.
Other artifacts. The staff is coming with us. The flute's coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Got the Book of Demons. Slightly mangled Book of Demons.
You can go barely 2 by 2 or single file. What are we thinking?
I think that 2 by 1 by 1. So like me and Ostric or whatever, and I can carry the lantern because I'm little,
Petite.
and I can fall back behind him if he needs to, like enter shield mode, or if you want Sten
think
with
that
his
makes
eagle
sense.
eyes up front, maybe. I don't know, but I think I can hold the lantern because I can move through the space more easily. Makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
I think so.
Can we close the door?
You can.
Do we want to? Can we open the door from this side?
There's only one way to find out.
Well, it's pretty obvious that pulling it would require something, right? Because pushing it from the outside in is one thing, but closing this completely, you would need to jury rig some way of because you're not gonna be able to fit your fingers in this thing and be able to pull it out. You had to, you needed Silva and Ostric's strength and weight just to push it open.
Is there a mechanism on this side that we can see once we're on the other side? No. So it
No.
is just flush.
Yeah.
Mountain. Well, maybe we leave it. Maybe we leave it open then.
Yeah, I'd rather be able to get out in a hurry rather than be trapped down here if there's somebody chasing us.
And real quick, talk to me about Thundercloud and the wagon.
I think we'd talked about like finding a stable or a building or something to stow
Gotcha.
him in for the time being, and then
Perfect.
just leaving some food out for him.
So you go through this. I can't feel good to be underground again. It can't. It just can't be. And this doesn't feel as constructed. So there's a time where you have to go through a series of steps up as you're traveling through this passage. And I mean, it would be really great if these steps were stone and not earth, it'd be great to see some of those rafters that we saw in stone loom mines that were kind of reinforcing these walls, but you're not. I'm going to assume slow and steady, being very careful, obviously. You end up, as best as you can tell, maybe going up 2 flights of stairs, so maybe about 15, 20 feet from ground level. When the lantern opens up and you can see you're in some sort of long chamber, maybe about 30 feet long, 20 feet wide. And there is a iron door on the far side. And on the left-hand side is stone, but this has been carved. And Vasila, you see larger than life, taller than you, the faces of our 4 gods in the exact same order. And their mouths are open as well. But these mouths are not the size of like an instrument. These are the size of your torso.
What's on the right?
Just plain nothing. Just wall.
I'll go up and take a look at the carvings more closely, I think. See what else can be seen.
Bring the lantern over there, and you realize that these seem to be cubbies, maybe? Though it's hard to see the back of them with the lantern, so they go back a good bit. And we're just looking at the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you quickly check the other 4, it's the same situation. And they're in that same flow whale clay and
Nightwalker. All right, well, go through and check all 4 just to be thorough.
Yeah, and like I said, you can't see the back of these things, so you don't know how deep they go. And then, like I mentioned, the large iron door opposite of the entranceway that you came in.
I will take out the acorn and
while Vasilla is trying to turn it off and on again. What talk to me, Silva, Sten, and Ostrich.
As far as the door is concerned, does it look like it would open in, or does it look like it would open? Okay,
It would be a pull.
a pull door.
Yeah, and there's a handle.
Okay,
You can see hinges.
okay. I'm gonna try the door.
So you can tell that this is a latch, right? So this is being kept closed by a mechanism. And before you open this door, you notice a temperature change. And you notice, and you put it just by instinct, you put your hand on this metal iron door, and it is demonstrably cooler than the rest of this room and the passageways that you've gone through before. And I'm talking like 15 degrees cooler.
Okay, so do I have something?
And you say the mouths are large and exaggerated? On
Is there anything visible inside the mouths?
Honestly, you kind of have to get in there. So no.
So like the lantern doesn't.
Yeah, you extend your arm as long as you can. That lantern as far as back, and you're not seeing a back of these essentially small tunnels.
No, I guess I'm gonna go into whale's mouth and go find out what's up.
Okay.
You want to tie a rope to you or something in case there's a pit in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like rope.
Feels like it
Rope's a
might
good
just.
idea.
Yeah.
So you kind of lift yourself up and get inside of Whale's mouth and start crawling through. Are you just taking the lantern and kind of putting it ahead of you, putting it ahead of you, crawling?
That's my plan. Or I can like light a torch off the lantern and put a torch out in front of me. That's
completely up to you guys.
because we don't want to leave them without light. So why don't I take a torch with me?
Great.
Because I can always just like
that
throw
probably
that
works.
down a pit or something where we don't want to lose the lantern.
Go ahead and do a quick torch roll for me.
Yep, torches. Oh, someone with torches want to do that for me?
Oh, sure. No, I don't have torches either.
Osric?
Not me.
Oh, we have no
to
torches.
go all the way back to the wagon and get some torches.
Incorrect.
Oh.
I will spend a willpower
Hold on. I brought those. They're
to
in
dig
my
some
bag.
torches out of my backpack.
Oh, you don't even need the wagon for that. Awesome.
Everyone's like stumbling around for torches. I'm just like,
Guys.
I
all right,
have to
hold on.
remember
I put the
everything.
backpack on the ground, open her up, get inside. No. There we are.
All right, go ahead
Right.
and somebody give themselves a D6 and torches,
I'll
And-
hand that off to whoever wants it.
and then let's go ahead and spend the willpower, right, Silva?
Yeah, I already got that.
Yeah.
It literally cannot be me because I cannot carry torches.
All right. Well, now I got torches and I still have torches.
Okay.
Unless you want me to stop carrying my own food and water again, which I'm fine with. That shit's heavy.
So Vasily, you kind of start crawling through Whale, and torch doesn't go as deep as the lantern does, but you end up seeing the end of this, and it's got a flat back, obviously carved, and it's the end. You figure you're about 25 feet deep, so it's a good bit.
Mm.
If you look over your shoulder, you can just barely see some of the light that they're using to keep the room lit with the lantern.
And no like remnants of things pushed in here, no like gifts that are like sat, just a completely empty tunnel.
Let's do an insight with the acorn.
Main inside acorn.
That's a roll.
Yeah, so 2 successes. You notice that at the very end, Vasil, it's been relatively, and again, it's not like it's carved by, craftsmen here. This is a tunnel that's been dug.
Mhm.
But you notice at the very end that the floor of the tunnel drops maybe like 2 inches before you reach the end of the tunnel.
Mm.
It's like somebody scraped out like a 4x4 area at the very end of this tunnel that just made the floor an inch and a half deeper.
All right, I'm gonna go check out flow. Same way.
You have to go
Oh,
backwards. You can't turn
nothing.
around in this thing, right? So we see Visila's feet come out of
Yeah.
Whale's mouth.
Yeah, this is why I'm the young athletic one, because
Right.
I can do all this crawling around and still walk tomorrow.
You get in there, and this is good because if either Ostrich or Sten or Silva tried to do it, they would have to army crawl. You're able to hands and knees crawl, and keep going back. You keep going back, and you see the end of this one, the end of Flo's mouth, but you don't see that indentation. Instead, you see a metal plate that is now flush with the bottom of the floor.
I'm going to pull my little bit of like my water pouch out, and I'm gonna pour a little bit of water into that bowl, that metal.
So I want you to imagine like suddenly it goes from a dirt floor to a metal floor, right?
So
It's about
it's
4x4, the exact same shape as the indentation was in Whale.
Mm,
So it's almost like someone took a metal plate and put it.
right. Interesting.
I still like your plan of pouring water on the water.
Yeah, I guess if nothing else, I can see which way it tips. So I will pour a little bit of water on and see like which way, if the water runs a way.
It beads perfectly. In a little disconcerting way, somehow this thing is perfectly level. Sven, can I get a survival roll from you real quick?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not even in there.
Out here surviving.
Yeah.
We hope. Or not. That doesn't seem right.
Seems really low for your survival. Is that right?
Well, that was Vasilla.
That was
rolling.
Vasilla.
It said
No, I meant
Vasilla
for
rolled
Sten, not Vasilla.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
I was supposed to think, I
Um,
think you could do better than that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe.
You enjoy the wood.
That only modifies those things. So okay.
That's the more dice.
That
More
is much
dice.
better.
Yes.
Beautiful.
But you have no skill in survival, Stan? I don't think I believe that.
Sten, you checking every inch of this thing, right? This room is a
Mhm.
limited space. The door, Ostrich mentions that the door is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Your first success is I want you to hear water on the other side of this door,
Okay.
which oddly lines up with the temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing that you notice is that the floor is not perfectly flat. The floor seems to be slightly grooved in parallel lines running kind of north-south from the iron door to the passageway you came in through.
But not to any of the statues.
Correct. So Vasily, you pour the water on the plate.
Wait a second. Nothing happens. Beads up weirdly. Back out.
Come back out.
Yep.
There's water flowing behind this door. And these little grooves down here look like it's designed to take it somewhere. And is the floor like sloped away from this door?
You got 2 successes. You realize it's slightly uphill from the
Okay.
passageway to the iron door. Not drastic though.
Right. So, but if we
If
were to
we
say
put
open
water
this
in
and there
it,
was water
then-
behind it, it would flow back towards the chapel.
Yes,
Okay.
but I will also say
Mhm.
that you get a sense of the door is underwater.
Right. So there would be a lot of water back there. So we should probably not open that. Is my instinct.
I'm gonna go. All right, so I come back out. So I don't know what's happening. Here's what I do know. The first test to get in here was a wind test, and that's whale. The second test, or this test, seems to be water-based. From what you're feeling out there, the way it flows, and that's a flow test. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm gonna get in, go find out what Clay's doing. So I'm gonna.
Theory.
And,
Okay.
and to be clear, it was Clay that was broken,
Silent.
not
Yes.
Whale.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I
So-
knew that was the facts of the matter. That's
Yeah.
not what I said.
Okay, I figured that was the case.
Yeah.
So you go to Whale, and it's or go to Clay, and it's identical to Whale. You see where a plate could be put that would
Mhm.
make the end of this tunnel level. And do we go into the Nightwalker?
Yes. Like, but before I get in the Nightwalker, I'm gonna be like, all right, Osric, you have that rope.
Got the rope.
It's a good rope, right, Silva?
That's great rope. Best rope I have.
All right.
Traded a pelt for it.
I'll go find out what's in the Nightwalker.
Yeah, and I it's, tell me if I'm wrong here, Vasila, but I feel like this one is the slowest moving forward of the
Yeah.
4.
I'm not sure if she's like, oh shit, and just goes as fast as she can, or if she's like,
It's the same as Clay, the same as Whale.
All right. So I've got a metal plate in flow. And I've got,
You're gonna have to go back in there and find
Yeah.
out.
Does it
Move the metal
move,
plate.
return, or something?
yeah. So
Try it
come
out.
back out, explain the situation. I'm going to sit down for a second. All this crawling into evil destruction gods' mouths is tiring, and I'm going to sit here for a second. Okay.
No, you're good. Take your time.
All right. So, which god, assuming that this plate can be moved in some way,
Well, a plate's too big to fit out through the tunnel, right?
It could, if you could somehow get under it, maybe you might be able to slide it out because it's the width of the tunnel.
Okay.
But it would be tight. And Vasily, there was a seam between the earth of the tunnel and this metal
Mhm.
plate. But it would take a good bit of effort to try to get under it, if that's what you're thinking.
yeah,
that's
so it's probably
assuming that's-
more a button.
Yeah.
But-
or a slidey, turny thing, trapdoor of some kind.
It's a scientific term.
I'm a simple man.
All right.
I played D&D in the
I-
80s.
I go back into flow. And I will start fidgeting with this. I'll try to like push the metal. If that, we'll start with pushing the metal. Does
I
that
put some
do-
weight on it.
Yeah, lightly, like light with some increasing. Like touch.
Yeah, and like you like,
Yeah.
right? And then a little bit more weight and a little bit more weight, and you're being measured about it, and then all of a sudden, kadunk, and this sound is loud, Priscilla. Like you hear a clashing of metal happening all around you, above you, to your left, to your right. In the room, you just suddenly hear, and you hear water.
See?
You hear water flowing, and it seems like it's coming from the walls. Like you can hear
Guys?
water moving behind the walls.
Something happened.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or not. I'm gonna go over and listen by that door to see if that has changed.
The water seems to be moving. So you're hearing
Okay.
like not turbulence, but you're hearing a
Mhm.
sloshing, whereas before it was just
Pretty steady run.
yeah, pretty steady. And Sten, you look down and you realize that where the walls are meeting the floor,
Mhm.
there is water seeping out and hitting these grooves.
Wait. So like seeping into the room
Into this room.
Into your room.
and filling the grooves in the floor.
Correct.
It's not
For
coming from under
now.
the door.
It is not coming from under the door.
It's coming from under the walls around us.
Right. But there's activity, there's water moving more than it was before behind the door.
Great.
And it's not like it's
Right.
gushing, it's not like Indiana Jones. It's just
Mhm.
it's seeping into here and slowly filling these grooves, and these grooves are causing these little small little creaks to just go down, and you can hear the water starting to fall down the steps that you walked up to get here.
I'm going to hustle back out of my hole and go check out, because I was in flow. I'm going to go check out whale.
What'd you do, Vassy?
Push the button.
Yeah, that tracks.
So you go back to Whale.
Yeah.
You go in unchanged. And inside this room, it seems to be the release of this water is measured somehow, because it's not filling the room. It's continuous, and it seems that these grooves are controlling it and sending it out the room the direction that you went. I think the only concern I would potentially have is some of the erosion that would happen to a lot of the earthen steps that you climbed.
We're
I'm
not
gonna
like
go
in
check
danger of being flooded.
clay.
It doesn't appear to be the case, Osric.
And we didn't hear anything like the mechanism of the door, like unlatch or anything like
You
that.
just heard metal clang, kind of omnidirectional, both in the tunnel as well as in the room. And then you heard water flowing, and then the seeping into the floor and filling these grooves started to happen.
I mean, it sounded before like this door was almost underwater on the other side. I wonder if the level's coming down enough that we could maybe open it. Do I get a sense that the noise or the water level is changing, or just that it's more agitated over there?
I don't think the sound. I think the sound's a little hard to kind of gauge
Okay.
that.
Sure.
But if you put your hand up towards the top of the door,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as cool as towards the bottom of the door now.
All right. And if I tap it, is it like a little more hollow sounding?
It is.
Yeah, water's coming down. I think we're going to be able to get through here, hopefully.
I'm still trying to climb into like Clay's mouth next. I'm hustling, making sure everything's the same.
Changed, except for what happened in Flo's mouth.
Did it push down to like to the same level as the other three, roughly?
No, it barely moved. What was disconcerting is just how loud that small move
Mhm.
triggered. Obviously, some sort of mechanism that belies how little it dropped.
Then we wait, I suppose.
With Sten checking the door, watching this water, it takes like 3 or 4 hours. So I'm going to move us a quarter day. We're in the second quarter of the day. And, from a time perspective, that's a little frustrating.
Mhm.
From a we're not being drowned perspective, it's kind of nice.
Get a big upgrade.
Your torch is out, Vasilla. We'll need to, and it's a quarter day that the oil lasts.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and spend a willpower to get another lamp oil out of the bag.
Beautiful.
And then we'll rotate the scepter to me, maybe, because I know your 2 wits are low. Good fighter people.
Does that affect every quarter day or every day?
It's every quarter day.
Damn.
Yeah,
this
it's
thing's
really
mean.
unpleasant.
It is mean.
I actually have a 4 wits. I can carry it for a shift if you want.
Yeah, why don't you carry us for a second shift then? Keep
Okay.
my
Yep. But drop your agility as well, Stan.
That's the
that's
painful
the part.
All
That's
right.
the
Well,
Well-
Eventually, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vasilla.
yeah. I was just gonna say, in theory, we're not gonna fight anything, so we should be okay.
sure, everything will be fine.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I believe it. During the time period, can we like check and see if the door is locked or anything?
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
You don't engage it enough to open it,
Right.
but it doesn't seem to be stopping you.
Okay.
Like I said, after about 3.5 hours, you see the water stop seeping out. You feel the door. You don't hear the water stand behind the door.
Mhm.
It seems to be finished.
All right. Well, get ready to move if we have to. Then I'll open the door.
Takes a little bit of effort. And you pull it, and you can see about a 20-foot tall room. And it's almost perfectly square, but it's tall. And there's a platform about 15 feet up. And you see carved grooves of a built-in ladder almost on the far right wall that would take you from where you are up to that platform. With your lantern, it's really difficult to see, but I think that's not the most striking thing, because immediately you recognize that this area below the platform has been underwater, and has been underwater for a long time. And the floor is covered in like these underwater vines, and they're all staked into the floor, but they're all just laying flaccid individually all over the floor. And in your mind, you're like, well, if the water was here, these things may be vertical, right? But you've emptied the aquarium.
Yeah. Do these look at all like the vines we ran into in Ember's Peak?
Amber's Peak. Let's do a quick survival roll.
Keep making me roll dice, Greg.
So the answer is no, Sten, but as you kind of get down on one knee and look at one of these things, you see that they have these nasty barbs on them. Barbs that you don't want to touch. These things look very, very dangerous if you were underwater with them.
Right. Or if, say, we opened the door and they, like, tendrils came out.
Yeah, they probably would have been able to reach you had you opened the door and flooded.
Well, stay away from them vines. They got some nasty looking brambles on them.
I see.
And I guess I'll try and clamber up this makeshift ladder and see what's up there.
The answer is nothing. You get up to this platform. You can see the water line halfway on the platform edge. But there is a staircase off on the left-hand side. So things continue.
Well, looks like we can keep going at least.
If we go carefully. Well, if I go carefully, not touching the green.
So you continue up this staircase. The staircase takes you maybe about 8 feet up and to a small chamber. And smaller than the ones that were at the entrance of the chapel, Vasilla, but these are very similar statues, just carved smaller. You have got Whale and Clay on your left. You have got Flo and the Nightwalker on your right. You see a passage, a door without a door in front of you. And this room is tiny. It may be 15 by 15. And you can see it leads to a very long room that you cannot see the back of. What's different is the versions of these statues at the chapel had their mouths in that formation, right? And you were able to blow into them and make the noise. In this case, all three of them have their mouths closed, and Whale has its mouth open, and it looks to be like an angry expression.
Whale does, huh?
Well, if the first door was Clay's door and the second one was Flo's door and this is Whale's door, I can't say I'm looking forward to the Nightwalker's door.
Mhm.
The first door. Oh no, okay. I'm on the bus. I'm on the Clay bus now. It's like it was an air
Cla-
door.
Yeah, you had to sing Clay's pitch,
Mhm.
but all right. She has an angry expression. None of their mouths are open this time.
None of the mouths are open except for Whale, and Whale's facial expression is not one of peace. It looks like of either agony or anger. It's hard to say because of the weathering.
Mm. I'll go look in her mouth. Is it like, other than being open, is it like a cavity? Is it?
It is, and it's slightly smaller than your arm. So you could maybe fit your hand part of the way in there, but there's no way you could stick your whole arm in there. And just kind of taking the lantern and trying to see, you cannot see the back of this mouth.
So they're like built into the wall of the room.
Yeah, this obviously extends past the statue. In fact, the back of the heads of the other three statues are carved away. Whale's head is flush with the back of this wall.
Got like a fishing hook and line or something?
I do. Well, what you have planned?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a catch or something in there. Might be able to reach in and bump. I don't know. You're the one that's been doing all the statue stuff.
Yeah, I'm not real excited about putting my hand into an angry god's mouth. That's
That's what the fishing line's for.
how do we get the fishing line into the back of the mouth if it's not by hand?
Perhaps an arrow?
I mean, is there even enough of, is a big enough opening for an arrow to fit?
I mean, you could literally, if you wanted to, Sten, like pull the arrow back and shoot an arrow into this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could. The other thing, because somebody would have seen this, because this room is small and there's no door blocking the other side. This hall that's on the other side of this small alcove, not alcove, but small
Mhm.
anteroom that you're in, has beautifully polished stone floors. And unlike anything before, beautifully finished craftsman walls. And our four statues are on the right-hand side. And there's a door on the far side. And three of their mouths are closed. Whale's mouth is open, but without the angry expression. More like what you saw before, but not perfectly shaped.
Mhm.
Literally like Whale's like,
Hmm.
And that's on the
so there's
opposite.
8 statues between these two, between this little antechamber that you're
Ah.
in and the large banquet hall. There are 2 sets of statues. The ones in the large room are larger, more like what you saw in at the entrance at the chapel. Mouths are closed on the three, except for Whale, whose mouth is open, but without that angry expression.
Hmm.
I'm going to whistle and like blow and like try a variety of like making sounds into Angry Whale.
Mhm.
And I'll even try to like make a angry shout like sound into it. Like try a variety, like escalating in like noise and unhappiness sound.
So you guys watch Vasilla go through a whole range of vocal emotions as she's screaming and crying and wailing into this mouth, and you can hear the echoing. Vasilla tells you this goes far back. At some point, you pick up an odor that seems to be coming out of the mouth as a result of you breathing into them, and it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell old or moldy, but it's like, ooh. And it's a smell you've never smelled before.
Craig, can we get to the other set of statues, the ones that are in the long room?
Sure can.
Okay.
I will tell you that the floor is covered in flat stone tiles that are the exact same size as the metal one that Vasilla touched.
Yeah.
So that probably gives you pause.
Yeah.
So these are not one piece, this floor.
If I just look with my head around the corners, is the walls polished? Could you like? Are all their hands in the statues? Are like their hands like down at their side, like built, like carved in?
You want to give me a lore roll with your acorn?
Yep. I sure do. Wow, what a roll.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of dice. You we're a bit befuddled. I think smartly we're not running into the other room after Sten noticing that the floor seems suspicious. Vasilla, you cry, laugh, scream into the mouth, and then you get a whiff of this. And you start thinking a little bit about what you've read of Whale. And you don't know why you remember this, but you remember a tale of Whale being defied by a group of humans from the south, and as they first crossed into Raven's Land. And Whale very quickly disposed of them with like a poisonous breath, a scream that caused the men to attack each other and to run away and to lose their wits.
Do I have something? So I look around the room. Is there anything to stop up her mouth?
Like you could take, a piece of cloth or something like that to do it. There's nothing specifically in the room to stop up her mouth, but it'd be easy to do.
I'm gonna go and look at the plates. That is the floor. Is there any geometry to the plate setting? Like, is there like 4x4? Is it?
It's about 20 feet wide, so about 5 tiles wide and about 10 tiles long.
All same markings, though that is non-polished.
Yeah, there's no Last Crusade letters or anything on these.
Yeah.
Raven's Land is spelled with an H.
Okay. So there's a tale where a bunch of sorry to say humans came to Raven's Land and decided that making gods angry was a good idea, and then Whale poisoned them all and they lost their wits and murdered each other, ran away, variety of horrors and things. There's actually 3 whole verses about the horrors. It's really kind of catchy, which is surprising for such a terrible, gruesome tragedy, but I also smelled something coming out of old angry Whale's mouth over there.
Like poison
So-
gas?
Well, yeah. Got to figure it was. The other 2 were like mechanical things, right? There was like tones. There was the plate for water. I think it's interesting. So, like, is there anything on the roof? Is there like if I look into the room, is there any like monkey bars, anything like on the roof that I can stay up above the floor with?
No. Now, if you're going to enter this room, you're going to have to walk in.
Hmm.
And there's nothing else abnormal about like any of the other 3 statues besides that their mouth is closed, which they've all been open before this.
Not only are they,
Like on this side.
yeah, they seem almost like replicas of the carves in the front, except their mouths are closed. And Whale's looks
They're-
the same, except for Whale's expression.
Mm-hmm.
And her
On
head
both.
is attached to the wall versus
Mhm.
the other ones are cut out.
I feel like each of them has also sort of been like, if you think about what we call clays, the first one, like it was wind based,
Mhm.
and then the water one was crafting based. If you had to pick one of these, right, like clay based. So I want to take like a scrap of, I don't know, fabric and light it off the lantern and put it into the mouth of Whale. Let's see if it like
Hmm.
There was no way to tell by putting your hand on it, by getting close to it, yelling into it. But when you put the flame there, you see the flame being drawn in a little bit.
Hmm.
So there seems to be like a very slight draw in.
Just good, because I feel like if she breathes out, it's going to be bad.
Oh yeah. Do we want to plug her up or introduce more fire to the situation?
I don't know. I think
Do you want 10 minutes to think about it?
yeah, probably.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Not a bad idea.
So we see a lot of chin scratching. I think as the four of you are checking this out, there's some nervousness about the other room. You've obviously identified a pattern from one god to the next.
Well, so the only thing that's different out here is that Whale's got her mouth open. It smells like there's something bad, and there's stories of her breathing poison on people. So maybe the first thing we do is just try and clog up that thing. So if she does breathe poison, we have a little time to figure out what's going on if we do something wrong.
Oh, I kind of like the idea of putting fire down her mouth.
I mean, okay.
Light a torch and fire in the hole, I guess.
Well, torch wouldn't fit.
Oh, torch doesn't fit on there? Okay, never mind.
No, I want you to imagine this thing is about, mouth is about that big.
Gotcha.
Vassie couldn't even get her hand, her arm in there. She could get like the beginnings of her fingers, but once she got to like her palm knuckles, it's too small.
I mean, I could light an arrow and put it down there, but I don't know if that'll do anything.
Right, can we tell if the hole for the mouth goes like downwards or upwards?
It goes completely level. It does not appear to go up or down, but you also can't see. Well, you're only seeing probably like 5 foot back, right? Because of the size of this thing.
Maybe we do just shove a chunk of earth or something. Is there like a rock? Like, I know there's nothing like perfectly made for like stopping the hole, but is there like a pile of rocks or anything else that I can use?
How about we pour water in the hole?
I mean,
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take like my water
okay.
skin and pour like a serving of water into the hole.
Give her a drink.
Let's give it a water roll.
Do that.
So Osric, you pour the water in, and it kind of verifies what Silva noticed just with her eye, which is how level this is. So the water doesn't seem to be going in, coming back out. It's just filling and then spilling out of the mouth itself. But again, something you would see with the water, similar to what you saw with the flame, which you see slight ripples to give an indication that this is like barely a breeze coming into the mouth, or there's something drawing air in. And if you put your hand on there, it doesn't suction or anything. It's super subtle. And just the little flickering of the flame and the little ripples in the water that you poured tell you this.
And there's a non-angry whale the same size in the room.
Much
over on
larger.
the right-hand side.
So yeah, it's larger, more the size of the statues that you saw at the front of the chapel where that door was. Its mouth is proportionally as open as the one in here. It just isn't angry.
I mean,
yeah, it says to me that if we do something wrong, this one's going to poison us. But I don't know what's wrong to do or what's right to do.
and unfortunately, it's life or death is the consequences.
Yeah. Well, like I say, maybe we just plug it up and try and buy some time and then figure out where we can go from here.
All right.
So
If we-
you have cloth that you could pull out of your bag, and it wouldn't cost you anything if you wanted to plug this thing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like a towel or an old shirt or something, and just
Yeah, and you get pretty secure, considering.
Mm-hmm.
that should stave off any nastiness at least for a while.
All right, and let's have a look in this other room. So it's got the big tiled floor. Can we see? Is there like a door at the far end, or you said there was
is,
like a
yes.
stairway? Okay. Well, maybe we just run for it.
Maybe. Or let's maybe poke at it for a second. Not to get too old school about it, but Silva will pull out Clay's Guardian and kind of poke at the tiles.
Yeah, and you do that, Silva, and the tile gives a bit, just a little. And you look back at the plugged mouth, and you can see it's been sucked in a little bit.
Interesting.
But it's holding.
Sucked in.
So it pulls the gas through the room through the other room towards her so that it hits the people walking on the floor. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
This is why I stay above ground.
Exactly. I have outside shoes for a reason.
I'm not an ancient priest trap maker.
And does it seem like all the tiles kind of give a little bit?
Yeah. And each time you do it, the cloth is reacting. The cloth is holding, but you can tell that something's pulling at the cloth. Which, if you're not pressing a tile, does not happen.
Can I close her mouth? Like on the statue? Can I just try to like close it? Like push up on her mouth to
Yeah,
close
is it
her
like
mouth?
hinged at all?
It's not.
Worth a shot. Do we just want to book it?
No, I don't think so.
Not at all.
Not
Alright.
even a little bit. No, not the thing I want.
When we push and put pressure on the floor, does anything happen to the statue across the room?
Too far away to really tell. So physically, you see nothing change. And there's a limited amount of pressure that you're able to put on with your 10-foot pole. Right. It's not the same as if someone were to step on the tile. That would be a completely different amount of pressure.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's think about it. If somebody steps on this tile, it just pull the cloth in, but the pipe's about the same size the whole way, so it wouldn't like open anything up. So that's probably okay.
I feel like I'd still rather have like something more hardy than a cloth.
And I'll be clear, Vasil, the cloth is holding, right? You just notice like it being sucked in a little bit.
Okay, so how about this? One of you stand over by the mouth with something more hardy than a cloth. Okay, and I'm going to step on this tile, and if the cloth that's in there gives, then you shove, I don't know, something else in there. Do we have like...
Yeah, well, let's think of what that other thing
we have
would
like a
be.
piece of wood in your pack that we could carve into the right shape?
That seems unlikely.
Like some kind of stopper?
Silva's looking at the menu.
Buy a cork.
I mean, if we could get another piece of cloth and coat it in like tar or something.
Could perhaps might take some time, but melt a candle over the cloth we have in there to give it extra, like a wax coat.
I mean, we waited 4 hours to not drown. We can wait 20 minutes for our candle to burn.
All right.
Yeah, if
well,
you want to
let's
try to
give that a
seal
try
it with
then.
wax,
Sure,
you
yeah.
could definitely do that.
I will spend another willpower to get a candle and use a torch to kind of
Yeah.
melt it down over the cloth plug we have in there to.
Yeah, and making sure that the
Seal 'em out.
edges, are kind of sealed. That's done.
All right, with that on, you watch it to make sure it doesn't break, and I'll step on it. And if we have
Like
to,
I have like a second cloth ready.
and I will step on the first plate with my weight once we are prepared for emergency oh shit plugging.
Mhm.
So Silva's by
That
the
statue.
angry statue. Vasilla's stepping on the tile with her full weight. Sten and Osric are
I'm in with Vasilla. Ready to
stepping or just being ready
grab
to
her or
Not
chase her. No, I'm like right next to her.
Gotcha. You go ahead and grab her.
And I will like take just a kerchief and tie it around my mouth just in case.
Sure. So you step. Similar to what happened in the other room, it triggers some sounds, some mechanics in the floors and on the walls. And Silva, you hear a little bit of it as well. And you can see the wax holding. And Vasily, you see just a small cloud of dust kind of go out of Whale's mouth. But it doesn't really go anywhere. It just got and just
I'll
floats down.
take another step onto the next one.
Nothing.
I'll motion for Sten to step on. I guess I can just say step on, see if your body weight triggers it.
Sten very nervously steps on.
Nothing. It gives a little bit. That's about it. But none of the mechanics.
All right, let's go. And I'm
All
going.
Okay.
And I'm going. Like I'm like.
I told you we should just run for it.
So you haul ass, the four of you, across this room, and you get off of these tiles back into another passageway that has a series of stairs. And these stairs extend up farther than you can see with your lantern.
I hate stairs.
But at least these go up.
How is that better?
The light is up.
So are the orcs, unfortunately.
You know, Silva, I don't mean to be rude, but I really thought that you were insane for carrying an extra whole me of stuff on your back. But
Comes in handy, does it not?
It has.
What's our willpower check on Silva? You've been
I still got 6.
jeez.
Jeez.
I was rolling high at
Saving up.
9. I was looking for an excuse to spend some.
it's like I need to build up those failures again somehow. All right, up we go.
And this will need to be single file. So I'm going Vasilla, Sten. Or do you want Sten? Do you want the rear?
Probably Vasilla Osric.
Okay, Vasilla, Osric,
Yeah.
Silva, and then Sten.
Yeah.
This is easily 3 flights of stairs, Vasilla. And it ends in a vertical circular chamber. At the bottom of it is the remnants of rotting wood. And looking up, you can see an opening covered with fresh wood.
And the Night Stalker trial, Walker trial. How tall is it?
Osric, Sten, or Silva could touch it. So it's not more than 10 feet, probably like 9 feet, and could touch the wood. And these are planks of wood that are covering this.
Is there a door, or is it just planks of wood?
Just planks of wood, and you've got the rotten wood at your feet, the remnants of rotten wood.
I'll point at Sten and his ears.
Mm.
Okay. Lean in close and listen.
Yeah, and you don't need a roll for this, Sten, because it's quiet until it's not. And you hear creaking, which sounds a lot like that damn front porch that you couldn't get to stop fucking squeaking. You replaced the wood, you nailed it back down, and every time you went over to your chair to sit down, and you never, ever could get it to stop creaking. And that's
And-
almost the exact sound you hear.
And it doesn't have to do with like when I'm putting my weight down there to hear it. It's on something on the other side.
It just seems to be happening occasionally.
Oh, there's something creaky over there. There's some kind of wooden structure or contraption or something out there.
And somewhat rhythmic. Like it'll be.
And are these wooden planks, are they pretty close together? Or is there room enough to kind of peek through?
There's not room enough to peek through, but there's light behind these things or above these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to call them floorboards.
Sure.
The rotten wood on the floor here, was that like, was it like broken apart? Did it just kind of like crumble?
It looks like, I mean, looks like what's above you is replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're about the same size as the. Okay.
Okay, so we got through the wind one by singing Clay's song. We got through the water one by
Using water, draining water.
the air we clogged up. So this is the Night Walker who destroys, destroys and renews. Well, doesn't renew. They destroy so that renewal can occur.
So then you hear wood on wood scraping, similar to
So
when you would move your chair.
Right. So it's something changed.
God, you could swear you heard a muffled voice. Couldn't make it out though.
Is our light, so our little lantern light would be less than whatever light is funneling down through the floor in like strength?
But not by much.
And the boards are above us?
They are.
And the floor that we're standing on is not wooden planks.
Correct. It is stone and soil, but it's covered in rotting wood.
Wooden planks, okay.
Do we just try and destroy the wood?
I think I'm going to search the walls of our little 10 chamber here first, see if there's like some kind of like ladder that went up, some kind of up version.
Maybe an inside
Or
roll.
something.
An inside roll.
No acorn though.
Insight so.
Oof.
Pay particular attention.
No, I guess I'm. So I was trying to find like how the final 10 feet were crossed, right? Like, and it could have quite possibly been like a wood ladder or something, right? But like,
Yep. And if somebody was above, they could take an arm and lift somebody, right? It's not that tall.
Okay, so we could like saw through, like whisper quietly, I guess, like back away from like not in the floors, like, you know, not full loud conversations. I could play my flute, but you know what happens when that happens.
Yeah.
Look at Sten.
Craig, I'm just gonna kind of reach up to these boards and just kind of very gently, like I'm playing Jenga or something, just like see, do they have any give or shift at all?
The third one does. So if you imagine there's about four of them,
Right.
you kind of touch it and it doesn't give, then whoop, and you stop yourself. as soon
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you,
yeah.
like, realize that.
This one moves. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
And no clang.
Right.
That's a plus.
And there's no statues or god symbols or anything here.
There are not.
And there's light above us.
There appears to be light above, but it's not like shining down in stripes on you, but you see it peeking out. And when Sten kind of lifted and caught a little bit, you got a little bit more light.
And barring going up, this is a dead end.
It is. It appears to be.
I'll point at Osric. I'm like, you.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. We'll do that. We're
All
gonna
right.
hoist Priscilla up.
I will step back and knock an arrow just in case.
Okay. It'll be interesting shooting an arrow in here, but sure.
I mean, yes, but
You know what?
Like,
I have one job on this ship, Craig.
when you're a hammer, everything's a nail, Craig.
Yeah, you'll have to kind of almost get on Osric's shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
the plan.
you kind of hoist her up and you feel that third board and you press on it as much as Sten did to recognize the fact that it's loose. And as you lift a little bit more, you're looking up through a floor. And now you can hear an orc in a language you've never heard before saying something to another orc.
Distance, roughly.
Really difficult to suck because you don't see them, but you can clearly hear it. And it's loosely translated, what the hell's coming out of the floor? No, I'm kidding.
Surprise!
Hey, what's that?
All right, I'll put it down quietly.
And you can safely whisper.
Two orcs, can't see them.
So this must be the library's floor then.
Suppose either way.
Can I? Do I have something that will be a sedative in my set of medicines?
Ooh, boy, that's interesting.
Not actually carrying like anything in my gear marked as medicines, so quite possibly no.
I
But-
would give you a -1 healing roll if you wanted to put together some sort of sedative between Silva's gear and stuff like that. But it'd be
Yeah.
at a -1.
I think I'm going to try that.
I was gonna say, or I could legitimately spend a willpower to get a sleeping poison.
Is that on your list?
that is a trade good.
Okay.
Poisons are trade goods for
So
some
it's
reason.
just
But to be very clear, I want you to let Priscilla go for about 15 minutes going, and if I had a little bit of a leaf of this and the eye of newt and
And
Still here. And,
like,
Add some of this. It's a sleeping poison. Don't ask where I picked it up.
who wishes you were a druid now, huh?
you'd be able to turn into a newt so I could take your eye and put it in here, you jerk.
That was pretty funny.
All right, so we have it, and then I think
And it's liquid. So it'd have to be either consumed or penetrate the skin.
yeah, so I think we can wait for like a shift in guards, or I can just like sneak up now.
We're getting close to the third quarter day. We're not there yet, but
So how wide is this?
4 of you can't make it in there. 3 of you might, but it'd be tight.
But I mean, would it be big enough for us to even like get through that?
Yeah, there's
That
a
opening.
loose
Oh,
floorboard.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The loose floorboard, so we can fit
yeah.
through that.
Oh, not the floorboard. No. You'd have to. More wood would have to be moved.
Okay.
Floorboard is not wide enough.
Okay.
Is it wide enough for me?
It is not.
Mm.
It's almost wide enough for the top of your little head, but I don't think the rest of you would make it through.
I can stand.
All right. Are the Okay, but there's lots of dead wood. And this is Nightwalker's challenge.
That doesn't
Well,
look like a
this
challenge at all.
doesn't look like a challenge. It's not tied to the gods. This may just
Yeah.
be we got to the end.
This is
I
just
think
the
this is
which
just
make-
our way.
door god.
Hmm.
So we can do
If we had some way to keep it quiet, we could get those other boards up and slip through. But we don't know how close they are. You got a little mirror in that pack of yours? Can
No
maybe
willpower needed.
put a
No
hand up
willpower needed for that.
Yes.
and maybe stick a hand up if we can see where they are.
So it sounds like we're going to give Vasil the mirror, kind of do a similar thing on top of Osric, and kind of lift up the board enough, more than we've done so far, enough where we can kind of angle that mirror and take a look.
mhm.
I don't think I need a roll. This is obviously a library. And you'd be willing to bet at some point it was probably pretty amazing. But now it's not. You can't really see the roof, but you see some water damage. There's a lot of books in here. A lot of books that, if you touch them, they would just fall to dust just by your fingertips. You see an elderly man, and to clarify, older than Sten. You see an elderly man sitting in a chair with a table. He has got a lantern and he's reading something. And you recognize 4 orcs. One of them is by what looks like a door that leads somewhere else. The only door that you can see, but you're not getting full view of everything. There's shit in your way, right? The other 2 seem to be like kicking back, playing some sort of game on a table. And based on how they're reacting, maybe a gambling game.
Mm-hmm.
Because one is happy and then they throw something on the table and the other one's happy and going on. And the old man goes, "You have to keep quiet or I will not find what he is looking for." You can also tell, because of the water damage, that this is probably not a fully covered room. And it appears that lanterns are the only lights. So this gives you an idea that we're in the third quarter, that the sun has set. Doesn't appear to be any natural light.
All right. I think
How-
we
How
probably-
close is the old man compared to the orcs? Like, if we're popping a head up here, like who's closest and where?
Yeah, you are far away from them.
Okay.
And no closer. So the door is just as close as the old man. And you can't know for sure, but it looks like maybe you're in the corner of the room
Mhm.
or a corner of this room.
Is it a well lit corner?
No. But now you understand why that light was spilling through, is that there was enough ambient light up here.
So I think maybe we wait for the, like, they have to let him sleep.
Do they?
Yeah,
I mean,
they should.
man, you can't not sleep for a year or however long the first and the greatest has been after.
And if they want to be any useful in his studies, then he's going to fall asleep eventually.
One of the orcs says something again. You can't tell what it is, but he says it to the old man. And the old man goes, "It's going to be a long night." They go back to throwing something on the table and yelling at each other. And the orc that's kind of at the door, like maybe guarding the door, he doesn't seem to be taking stuff too seriously either. He's kind of leaned back. You can see he's got kind of a scimitar sword on his belt, but his hand's not even on the handle. His kind of arms are folded, and he's just kind of trying to get himself comfortable without sitting down.
Yeah, these guys clearly are not worried about an escape attempt.
Okay, so so we have to cut through the floor somehow, or get through the floor somehow. Do we have like a saw? Can we smoke out like
acorn that'll do some magical thing with plant life? I don't know.
I don't think she wants to announce her presence that way.
There's only some way to pass through a solid object.
Yeah, but it involves playing.
Quietly.
Quietly is the key function. Quietly was the key function there. That's why I have not recommended it at the current time.
Yeah.
The quiet part's going to be the hard part. Even if I find a crowbar or something, it'd still probably make a lot of noise separating one of these planks to get us through.
And I can tell you, Vasilla, with the time that you spent up there, like Osric or Silva probably could lift these boards. I think it's a little too much for you, but if, maybe Osric was holding Silva and giving Silva some leverage, maybe Silva standing on his back, she might be able to.
For my 2 strength. Don't like what you're implying.
Yeah, so I don't think, like, if you wanted to clear these boards, you could. Doing it in the corner of the room with an audience, I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get this powder into them some way.
3 of them at about the same time.
Yeah. Okay. So we are.
Now, I'm assuming you're not just standing there with the mirror the whole time,
Yeah.
right? You're just checking.
Yeah, we've seen the situation.
So how loud is the flute, the Tezaur, when I have used it? Is it like, could I play it softly?
It would
Or
be
I have to
heard.
like play it at full. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be heard.
That's
I don't know if it would be heard as clearly as it would be heard by your 3 compatriots here, but it would probably penetrate that wood.
Right. So I think, can you try to work the wood like inch by inch out as opposed to just like popping it? Could you like?
I guess we can spend some time on that since we presumably are going to wait these guards out anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Silva, if you want to kind of get on Osric's back, you'd have the height to do that. And here's another situation as a GM where there's no pressure, there's no time, there's nobody chasing you, there's no roll. You begin loosening the boards.
I mean, you say there's no pressure, but a little pressure.
And this is going to take time because you're being really quiet, but you are feeling the nails give
Mm-hmm.
that have nailed these to the ground, to the floor of this library. And while you're doing that, Silva, you can hear the book slammed shut. All right, fine. Tell him I don't have anything for tonight, but I'm going to bed. And there's a sigh of relief from 3 orcs.
Finally.
Yeah. And if you have the mirror, Silva, you're going to see him leaving first. Or it looks like he's going to leave first. He's kind of tidying up. But the orcs don't seem to be leaving until he does.
Do they look like they're... This might be more a question for when they leave. Do they look like they're kind of guarding him or guarding to keep him from going somewhere?
So you were told that he was under guard.
Right.
So he was not being guarded.
Mhm.
So you were told by our friend who gave you the acorn, our druid, said that he is being held prisoner.
Mhm. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And if he stops being useful to the first and the greatest,
Mhm. Mhm.
He'll kill him just like he would kill anybody else.
Yeah.
Other thing you notice, Silva, the adornment on these 3 orcs, they've got a lot of flashy trinkets, very similar to our friend and his lover that we met out in the pasture. They seem to like flashy things. We let him leave?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we do we let him go and then post up for the night, presuming they're going to bring him back for more studies tomorrow.
What does post up for the night mean?
Well, I think we let him go and then we try and get ourselves up there, see if there's a place to hide or if we can,
Poison their wine, let's say.
Sure.
Is that the plan?
I think we definitely get these floorboards like all the way loose when we have less of an audience.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll montage it a little bit. You guys interrupt me if need be, but we see board pop. Second board pop. The third board was already free. Fourth board pops, and Silva, you quietly are sliding the wood off. And you could get your elbows up, and you could lift yourself up.
I think at this point, assuming there can't see anyone in there at this point,
It's darkness.
cool. I think she would hoist herself up then and start helping people through.
Okay.
All of us are headed up.
Mm-hmm.
Going to do some figuring out what he's reading.
Talk to me about light.
It's both a wave and a particle, depending on...
And to give you a little bit of a lay of the land, this area is exposed to the outside. You can tell it's exposed to the outside not only from above. There's portions of this roof that have not been repaired, and if it were to rain, you can see where the rain has been hitting over time. The door that they seem to have left seems to be an exterior door. It seems to go outside. It doesn't seem to be like a hallway. And there's no actual door. It's just a frame. So that's why I asked the light question.
What's our moon daylight? What's our night lights like?
Ooh, it's cloudy, so that's not super helpful. You might be able to see this far.
Candle, I guess, and maybe I can stand over by the door to try and block the light. Or just stand beside you and block the light.
Can we just hold up a rag over the whatever part of the tent over the door, just like
Yeah, I'm not sure how much, because there may also be people out there, beyond the holes in the
Moving
wall.
about
They
in the
can see it.
hallway.
And you hear activity outside. Not close.
Is the lantern we have one of those kind of bullseye ones where you can kind of close the shutter?
I think so.
Okay, well maybe we just do that and just have a very thin beam, so we can look at the books.
Okay.
Little light as possible.
Yeah, I definitely will need Sten on watch.
Okay.
So let's do a quick scout roll.
Okay. By the way, has someone taken this scepter for the
Yes,
third?
I can take the scepter now that the
Awesome.
acorn is no longer transmitting things to me.
Yes.
Okay. So let's have Sten keeping watch.
Mhm.
Little light as possible. Vasilla, and we're using that to see if Vasilla can. You go right to the book, Vasilla. Quietly pull it down, bring it back to his table where he had it. You don't recognize the language, but you see maps. You see drawings of war. The damage is hard though, so it's really, you can't tell, is that men fighting men or men fighting elves, or I don't know what it is, right? This is a completely, there's no printing press, obviously. This has been hand drawn. And just giving a quick gander at this library, without question, the biggest repository of ancient books that you have ever imagined. What condition they're in is hard to tell, but Vasilla with a week in here would be one happy halfling. Let's go to credits.
Embrace they came, a band of heroes bold. Stand the hunter versus fair, with tales of glory told. Osric with his mighty blade, rustbite of demonic hue, and silver half-elf merchant king. Their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Raven's land they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams. With courage as their banner and hearts forever true, they seek the light within the night, their quest for...
Don't tempt me with a good time.
We're back.
Look, if we're known for anything, it is calm, quiet action that's thought out.
Reasoned deliberation. Yeah, that's us.
So before, and it may be too late, before my comments get blown up, yes, I adjusted things from the book. And I gave him the acorn as well. I said we got table consensus first, so I explained to them, this is a very OSR puzzle room type thing. And it's really, when I say OSR, it is a player knowledge thing versus a character knowledge thing, which for a lot of people, that is their jam. That's what they love, right? Let's pull out, knave, and let's play knave, and let's find a bunch of traps and let's figure them out together. And if you could throw in a riddle or two in there, that'd be great too. I've played that way. I don't care to play that way anymore. And I don't yuck any yum who enjoys that, because there was a period in my life where I lived for that. So I decided not to do that here. So we had about 2/3 of the rooms that are in the book. I handpicked them. The ones I thought were interesting. I think one of them, like the one with Clay's bowl, I think is just kind of silly. So I didn't put that in here. Those wondering about the book, they already have the book. I already gave them the book that they find at the end of this. So I was not going to give them a second copy of the book.
Yeah,
The book that
I
I
could
gave.
destroy that one too.
Yeah,
Just
book
flip the
that-
pages you ripped out.
Just
Copy
get
of
the
book.
missing
old one.
pages, and yeah.
Just a
So-
backup book would be good for us. I think
That's why there wasn't the treasure room in the last room of the dungeon. I feel like the interesting thing in Eye of the Rose is where we are now, not this back passageway. I think what's interesting is what's happening up here. I think the culture and the politics of this castle is very interesting. I think the old man is interesting. And then of course we have another ruby up here, and I kind of wanted to get there. So that's why I made that call. Let's start with Dave.
I'm going to give you my roses or stars or whatever we're calling the happiness, because I also will not yuck yums, but I also want to get my tasty yums, and it sure isn't trap rooms.
Yeah.
So, great call. I think one of the things that's fun about playing make believe with your friends is you get to just choose things. You don't have to like do the adventure as the game designers wrote it down, right? So, one of the joys of RPGs. So good job, you. I could tell a couple times when it was like, you guys are getting annoyed. Here you go. And I'm like,
Here's a nudge. Yeah.
It's not. It stops being fun for me, right?
Yeah.
And if I felt like I would run this for people that loved that type of thing,
Yeah,
and I
right,
would just
of
sit
course.
here and watch you guys spend 4 hours and 7
Mhm.
sessions going through this thing.
yeah,
If that's what you like, but we talked about this. That's not what we wanted, and
Right.
you know, Brian made it very clear. Like, please don't be a Stone Moon Mines. I do not want to dungeon.
You can't do
for
it
5
again.
more episodes, right?
it was good as a one-off, as a one-time thing, right? But yeah,
Mhm.
so I really appreciate that. I think you get the star because I think that's good GM judgment. And then I think what I'm excited about is like all the stuff that you think is the cool part about this adventure site, right? There's a giant library of cool information that's like
And a
cool
guy
and
who's been
interesting.
reading it for a long time.
Right,
Mhm.
there's like a dude who has been reading it for a long time, like that I want to like talk to. We got like poison some orcs, which we're definitely gonna do. Who knows what who knows where the gem is, how we have to do the politics, how we have to like talk to people, right? Maybe Stan will even get to shoot someone. I mean, he's getting pretty itchy over there. So
I mean, it's a great way to apply poison. I'm just saying.
yeah, I just really appreciate the pace of this game. I think it was just what I was thinking is earlier, and I want more of the pace, right? Like we do stuff. It's interesting the whole way. I'm not like sitting there for like 2 hours, like goofing off on Discord, right?
Mhm.
I'm like paying attention for 2 hours,
Good.
and that's good.
Good. How about for you, Nate? What worked?
Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
No, I think I echo a lot of Dave's sentiments there. I think that was the right amount of puzzle trap room. No need for this table in this game to drag it out over a whole thing. We just do the trap session and move on.
And you guys figured some stuff out, right? So we got a little taste of that. With a little bit of nudging here and there, but I did not feed it to you for sure. So
No.
credit there.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. Just looking forward to see how this resolves. See what this old man has to say.
So I want to ask you, Nate, what do you think Silva is going to do? Let's assume all 4 of you make it out of here alive. You come out with this ruby. Whether you swap it out or you steal the whole sword or what, I don't know. But let's just pretend the ruby makes it out. Have you put any thought into the conversation with your half-kin once that happens?
Ugh.
And the answer can be no.
No. I think Silva is just that is the bridge we burn when we get there.
Sure.
we gotta get out of this place first.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Brian.
Yeah. So I do like the idea, as with everybody, I think pulling out extra levels of traps and puzzles was a good thing. I spend a lot of time with some friends doing puzzle hunts and that sort of thing. And there's a recurring thing where the person who makes a puzzle thinks it's a lot more
Yes.
interesting than it actually is.
So true.
I really
Spoiler
like the
alert.
one.
When you
Yeah.
know the solution, the puzzle's easy.
It was
But
so
and it's
obvious
like
the whole
you're
time.
right. The one with the musical notes I thought was great. It was interesting. It was perfect, and it happened to be perfect for Vasilla too.
That was
The one with
unchanged.
the one with the water was fine. The one with the angry mouth, it didn't seem. I mean, I don't know what the intended solution was, but it didn't look like there was anything we could solve.
You solved it. So
So solving it is just making the trap not go off.
making sure that the angry whale cannot suck in enough air to spit out the poisonous spores in the main room.
All right,
So you
well,
saw a little bit of a come out of the dust come out, but not enough to fill the
Yeah.
room with.
I do want to give an honorary star to the Backpack of Wonders.
yes,
Like,
that
What
is
a
clearly the
cool-
MVP.
What a
backpack.
cool way to make that that archetype function. Because good
Mhm.
lord, I'm actually gonna yuck some youngs. Fuck inventory management. That shit's terrible. I
I
hate
got 5 more willpower worth of inventory management for you.
it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I
God
love that it
bless
has a
whoever came up with
cost.
that. Yeah, right.
Yep. Yeah, no,
Good
that thing was great. So yeah, I don't know. My star would probably go to Vasilla. Just the whole. She was kind of in her element here. Crawling around, singing notes. Exploring tight tunnels, that kind of thing. So I enjoyed that. And then as far as wishes go, I'm really looking forward to seeing how we're going to take out 3 orcs quietly enough not to alert the entire tower full of people. That's
that would be
gonna
nice.
be really
if we could
fun.
do that.
Mhm.
Drugs.
All right, Jim.
Yeah, I have to echo everything everyone else said. That was all spot on. I think my star had to be that moment where we were all like torches, right? That was definitely one of them.
I thought you brought him.
Who has the torches? No, not me. And also Vasilla, of course, for literally pushing the button.
Yes.
I pushed the button.
I pushed the button. Was also very, very Vasilla. And I have to second that this was definitely like her curiosity in that moment, or in throughout these rooms and these series of interactions was definitely.
You don't have to be a rogue to be the trap specialist.
100% right. Even the bard can do it. All right. So real quick, on Sunday we've got the liminal horror, the chair. I'm having a lot of fun with this system. I'm having a lot of fun with kind of these micro one shots. If you haven't seen us play the recursive transit one, that was a huge hit. Even ran that when we went camping, and it was a lot of fun. The chair is also very good. That's going to be on Sunday, and then Monster of the Week on the 12th, next Wednesday, and then actually on the 11th is Isle of the Damned, Call of Cthulhu. So lots of good stuff coming up, and then obviously we'll be taking a little bit of a break for the holiday as well. Love you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.